5.
Vengeance. Martha.
Oh my god. Don't shit on my boy. Don't shit on Batfleck.
I'm getting too old for this. Okay. Welcome to the NerdSpice podcast. Without Mitchell, it's a fucking meltdown. It's anarchy without Mitchell. He's the glue.
Without our tech support.
Oh,
Without
fuck.
our science guy.
As we all can tell, DC FANDOME happened. We got some spicy DC announcements this week.
Oh, you're not gonna ask me how my week was, Ed?
Nah, fuck off, Tolga.
Shit.
We're not
Fuck
talking
your
about...
week, man.
we're not actually going to talk about anything we've really been playing recently. I feel like a lot of it's going to be rehashes at the moment.
Yeah.
Not so much for Leon.
That's kind of new.
We have spoken about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Leon's gone. Leon's turned into a malware.
I love it.
I don't
Leon,
understand this joke.
you look fucked.
What? What?
Yeah.
What?
You're just
I feel like-
pixels, bro.
I feel like this episode's gonna be a lot more poor.
Where is Mitchell?
Fuck it. Fuck it.
It's
Dude,
the-
it's the poor quality.
This is why we haven't fired him for.
Yep.
This is the problem. This is the problem. Now it's bad anyway. You gotta turn it into like it's so bad it's good territory. Okay.
No, Leon, it's just fucking bad.
Can you just like MS Paint the video?
We're just gonna edit and move Leon to the corner, get a photo of Leon and his many, many Asian qualities. Just put, he's
It
bad!
doesn't matter. Let's just go. Come on.
Okay, so, look, DC FANDOME happened. We got a couple announcements. I'm just gonna go in order of things. So we got Gotham Knights, game by Warner Bros. Montreal. What did you guys think of it?
I like it.
I do
I
not
mean-
like it.
Gameplay wise, what they showed us was very like.
Look,
subpar
it was
average,
limited.
but it wasn't.
yeah.
It also wasn't a lot overall.
Yeah, I agree. But I seriously, my hype went from like 10 out of 10 with the trailer to a fucking 3 with the gameplay.
Yeah.
My only worry
They shouldn't
was...
have showed us gameplay.
Well, no, I mean, they kind of should have, but it was just... Sadly, the gameplay they had was shit. Look, my only worry is that the combat's going to be really basic, which is what it seemed to be.
Chop suey.
And I'm worried about, and I mentioned this to you guys in the chat, that it can go into a realm of microtransactions with the leveling system because they're adding in those RPG-esque mechanics with the leveling and all that. Fuck's sakes, Leo, you're a nightmare.
Do you know who he looks like? Do you know he looks like what's that Asian actor, that the comedian?
He does
There's
not.
so
look,
many.
He
Do
does
you mean
not
Stephen
look
Chow?
like him.
No. Is it Stephen Chow?
He doesn't.
The one who?
Name the soccer movie or the kung fu movie?
No, they're not talking about an actual Chinese guy, and you're talking about Chang from Hangover, yeah?
No, not even him.
No, Stephen Chow. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Fuck me. Yeah,
Bobby something.
yeah. I know
Bobby
who you're
Lee.
talking about. Bobby Lee. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know who Bobby Lee is. He's a comedian. Is he an actor?
Yeah.
Anyway.
He does stuff like Harold and Kumar. Bro, you gotta.
Wait, no, that's not Bobby Lee. Is it?
Anyway, let's fucking move on.
let's move
As I was
on.
saying, the RPG light mechanics are just a bit of a worry. Just one, not even ignoring the potential chance for monetization. It just seems like a bit of a shit way to inflate difficulty, which it can do. It has been confirmed it's an open world game. And so where obviously the characters we can play as are Batgirl, Jason Todd as Red Hood, Red Robin, Tim Drake's Robin, and Nightwing.
Is it Tim Drake? It's Damien, isn't it?
No, they confirmed it was Tim.
Oh, it was Tim. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Red Robin is Robin, bro. I mean, Damien is Robin. Tim Drake is Red Robin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They did confirm it was Tim Drake anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. The gameplay was a bit of a letdown, but
it didn't show us a lot. You know what I mean?
It didn't show us much, but like
it was a bland gameplay trailer. Like it didn't show, like it wasn't like it didn't show the free roam aspect of it. Like it showed subpar like combat scenarios, and then it showed a Mr. Freeze boss which,
for 5 seconds, for no time whatsoever.
Yeah. So and it wasn't a lot. It wasn't like.
Yeah, it was a bit of an odd choice to choose Mr. Freeze as well, considering like Mr. Freeze in Arkham City is arguably the best boss fight in the game, and so it was a bit odd to then be like, just like his boss fight is so well done, and so it was very
his boss fight and character arc.
Absolutely,
his character arc is very like grey in the Arkham series. And then in this, it's just like, oh, he's a villain causing a snowstorm. Yeah. It's like, oh.
Also, just wanted to confirm this is not based in the Arkham universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been confirmed. This is not. Whereas the Suicide Squad trailer, which we'll get into next, for the games, is based in the Arkham universe.
Yes. Made by Rocksteady.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Also made by Rocksteady. Which is very interesting because Deadshot's looking a little different.
Oh. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I was like, it's different. It's a bit of it's a very big character change there.
Wait. I don't know, but I'm guessing, did they change him from white to black?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, was he like Hispanic? Was he like Hispanic or something in the Arkham series?
I'm not too sure. He definitely was not black.
Either way, he
was definitely not black. Which I don't care. Like, who gives a shit? It's like you're confirmed. It's just like
canonical error on there.
It's like the Harry Potter franchise. How Crabbe and Boyle keep changing in the movies.
Oh, yeah. The fat kid, it becomes like a.
God,
like it's the exact same thing.
Rest in peace. One of them did.
It was
away, though.
I believe it was Crabbe who died.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, rest in peace, man.
Yeah. Anyway,
you played a great villainous sidekick.
Yes, you did. And then the other one didn't the other one become was a drug addict, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like one died and one became a drug addict, which is
moving on.
Very different. Anyway.
They got too into being the role. There was too into being the bad guy role.
Okay.
Too good.
Anyway, so yeah, the Suicide Squad trailer that looked interesting.
That looked good.
It looked good. Yeah.
The weirdest thing about it is Captain Boomerang's weird teleportation boomerang. Because
I loved it.
Yes, sure,
do you know what?
You want to give them more to do.
Okay, but can we just remember when we first mentioned that Suicide Squad got confirmed by Rocksteady, I did make a joke about Captain Boomerang hitting Superman on the head with his boomerang. I confirmed it. It's been confirmed in trailer.
No, he didn't hit Superman.
Does he have any powers?
Yeah, at the end of the trailer, the boomerang hits him in the head.
At the end. It comes backwards and it just boinks him.
Oh, does it actually?
Yeah, it was in the trailer. How did you miss that?
I don't know.
It's literally at the very fucking end. It just smacks him and then he talks to King Shark.
That was the best part, in fact.
Absolutely. But no, I'm really excited. But I mean, I need to see gameplay before I can make a decision. I need to see gameplay.
I need to watch this.
Oh my god.
Does Captain Boomerang actually have any powers?
No, he
No.
just
No. But there's a difference. There's a difference between, you know, being like just really good at boomerangs and having the power of boomerangs. There's a big fucking difference.
He's just really good at boomerangs. So, Tolga, it's literally at the very end, Tolga. You just need to go to the end.
After the credits.
Okay, anyway, while Tolga's combing through it, we got some Wonder Woman, got the Wonder Woman trailer,
Oh yeah, that was not bad, hey?
yeah, it's not bad,
Yeah.
Look, for me, I'm a bit like, whatever,
Wonder Woman was great, bro.
yeah, it was good, but, like, I'm expecting it to be good, so it wasn't anything new per se. I had high expectations because the last movie was good, so I expected as much for the next movie, for the sequel. So,
Lol.
yeah. Anyway,
Significantly anticlimactic for me.
Yeah,
We got-
because you already know what happened.
but
Go back to
anyway,
watch
we
it.
got the Suicide Squad behind the scenes little sneak peek. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah?
it looks fun. It looks like it'll be fun. I hope.
It looks. If
Yeah.
anyone's gonna manage that sheer mass
Of
let's
characters,
say,
Retarded.
characters,
but like wacky
it's
characters.
it's James Gunn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James Gunn.
Like,
Yeah.
I have.
It's gonna be wacky. You can just tell it's gonna be wacky.
Oh
just
yeah,
like
oh
how
yeah.
fucking
But like
John
in the-
Cena in it.
I just like how in the behind the scenes,
they
John
literally
Cena's
had
just
polka
like,
dot man as well though.
James came to me and was like, "So you're Captain America, but without the piece." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
So
just-
basically just America.
I just loved
Ooh. Oh, that's bad. Oh god. Oh, that's bad.
On behalf of the NerdSpice podcast, I would like to say that we do not share the same belief as Leon. We do apologize.
Yes. Secret Service.
Don't assassinate
FBI.
me.
Yeah, guys, you can go after him, not us. We're innocent in this.
Please.
But no, we got the movie behind the scenes, which was fun. We also got a bit of a tidbit with Black Adam as well.
Oh yeah.
That kind of got confirmed. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just cutscene. It was just conception art.
Concept art.
Yeah, it was concept art, like with The Rock voicing over his background. Which, please have an accent. I agree, Tolga. Please have a fucking accent.
Like, look. Okay, for those who don't know, Black Adam comes from ancient Egypt, right? So,
Well,
regardless
I think
of
Leon's frozen.
how- yeah, I know. Regardless of how great his English is, just The Rock, if you're listening, please just don't play The Rock. Just try to be like, just try to be
Please.
like, oh, I'm playing this beloved character. Maybe I won't just be The Rock this time.
Yeah,
You know?
because like visually, he's a great cast for Black Adam. Like,
It's uncanny. It's actually
except
uncanny.
if he had hair, you know.
Yeah.
if he grew hair, his hairline is almost exactly like
it is.
like Adam. It's
True.
got that major receding hairline and everything. Like, oh, Anyway.
Like if he manages to kind of pull his finger out and decide he really wants to act, I think he could be a phenomenal Black Adam. Like, really could.
yes, he could.
The only worry is, as we've said, Tolga, he's kind of gotten by very easily without acting, so
Well, look, he just plays The Rock in every
Yeah,
video game,
and movie.
regardless. And yeah,
Just gonna say movie, specifically the movie.
yeah, I don't know why I said video game. My brain just shut down.
Brain froze. But yeah, we got that, and we got the Snyder Cut for Justice League.
Which I liked, but apparently you didn't. So
I
mean, it was a great trailer. Come on.
I have significantly more faith in his version than in the Joss Whedon came in and changed half the film.
I think it'll be better. That I think it will be better, but I mean, Batman vs Superman was fucking shit too. You know,
I don't think it was shit.
No, it was shit. There was just the parts that were good were very good. That's the thing.
I didn't like it.
Like,
it was pretty good.
Like 90% of that film was bad, 10% was decent, and the problem is
it was great.
Pardon?
Batfleck, come back.
Yeah, Batfleck was great. But like that's
just don't shoot everyone when you come back.
Wait, it's finished, right? Their universe is done. Is that right? Batfleck universe is done.
So we're gonna have to. You can explain it again.
All right. So have you ever heard of Flashpoint, my friend?
Yeah, I have.
Yes. So
Oh my
what
god,
they're
I've got
going
a
to
slow
do,
mo of Leon licking his lips.
what they're going to do is Flashpoint, effectively. And the way I put it, at least for my brother, is, let's put it like this. What's his name? Robert Pattinson is DC Rebirth. Ben Affleck is New 52. And then, whatchamacallit, and then they're gonna get a dude, whoever that is, to play the Flashpoint Batman. And so it's essentially going to be it's going to be a time travel plot as to why the universe is
completely different characters and cast.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
they're gonna dig themselves into a new hole here. I feel like they're making
No, look,
it too
Flashpoint
complicated
is the realistically the only way to be able to salvage the good parts of the franchise.
Yeah,
because it's a way to keep Wonder Woman and hopefully Aquaman.
I liked Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
I liked all of them. In fact, I liked Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah, I liked them all. It's just they were bad films.
Ben Affleck as Batman was fucking great. It's just
honestly Henry Cavill.
The casting in general was good. It's just the writing and the films were bad, which is the shame because that's what everyone's going to focus on. And
they could just redo the film, right? They could just salvage it like that. I mean, they're willing to release Snyder Cut.
Have you seen that clip of where someone recontrasted Man of Steel? So it's not grey. So like you see Superman in his red and blue flying through a blue sky rather than this weird, like grey red and grey blue in a grey sky. Yeah. It looks literally just that scene is just like, oh wow, like this is Superman. Just from changing the colors. So it's just a matter of like several. But Man of Steel was good. It's just that
I liked Man of Steel.
Great, like he just brought the set.
Yeah.
Oh.
I agree. Like it's
like he literally brought the saturation down of the.
But
film,
that's my thing,
like,
right? I don't have faith in Snyder for this film. I have zero faith in it.
He makes some very questionable decisions.
I mean, every DC movie he has made has been questionable.
Oh, I like Watchmen.
That's exactly what.
But even then, Leon, Watchmen was carried by the source, the source of the actual story, and people who've read the comics do not like the movie. Like if you've read the comics,
really?
The thing is, the comics and that film. No. Yeah, the comics in that film, panel for panel, are almost exactly the same. That's why
especially at the start. Especially at the start.
Mm.
Yeah, especially at the start. True, except for the giant squid.
It's yeah.
What else has
Yeah,
Zack Snyder
anyway.
done? Give us some faith. Let me take a look. No, he did Man of Steel though.
Yeah, I didn't
Man.
like Man of Steel that much either.
Why? It was okay. I liked
He
it.
did 300.
It was just really fucking
300
bleak.
was pretty good.
300 was fun. Wouldn't say it was like
300 was
a
pretty fun.
brilliant piece of
Anyway,
media.
off to-
Like, I don't think Justice League is what everyone's expecting. I think it'll be better.
Probably.
But I don't think it'll be good.
Probably.
Let's
Go on, you were gonna say,
talk
Tolga?
Let's talk about Batman.
The big elephant in the room. Or the big bat in the room.
I'm sorry, Batman? Who's that? I only know him by Vengeance.
Oh god, this podcast is so
Garbage,
derailed.
I
with...
hated that part.
I didn't mind that part. But okay, so
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Like
now,
No,
So
you're
I-
an anime watcher. That's epic.
Leon,
I think-
it doesn't translate in real life.
Alright, listen,
you can't
Leon. I
someone
think
asks you,
you're
you can't...
cringy, alright?
Next time you go to a job application, right, they ask you what your name is, right? You look him in the fucking eye. You beat
okay.
the shit out of whoever's next to you.
Leon, your comparison is fucking shit because Batman doesn't need to go to a job application. He is simply there to instill fear. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, go get a job doing that, bitch! Like,
There's
I just
a
think it's
corporation
cringy.
of vigilantes that you have to go to. So,
who are you? Vengeance!
What's your
One Punch
catchphrase?
Man.
I am vengeance.
You're hired.
That's a shit catchphrase.
Okay, so
You think of something better.
anyway.
I've got a glove.
I went through a lot of the trailer, just literally doing skip framing, to see some stuff. Now, I said in our group chat when we were talking about who the main villain is, which is Riddler, I said Riddler, I believe. And the reason I said that is because when he gets the letter, there's an owl specifically on that letter. So I was at first wondering if they were hinting at the Court of Owls for this film as the trilogy main villain. Not this film specifically. Yeah, so here's the thing, right?
Tell me you read the comic for it.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, right? Matt Reeves specifically has said that this whole trilogy is going to be based on corruption within Gotham. So the Court of Owls literally fucking fits with that, right? It fits it to a T. So I'm really hoping that the Court of Owls is the main villain. That's why I said I believe, right?
It's probably going to be the thing where, the Court of Owls manipulated Riddler to
Well,
blah, blah, blah.
The Court of Owls have had like big name villains in their league before, so like it can be a possibility. I really hope so because they are a fucking great menace as like a overarching villain.
Speaking of Court of Owls, that's also
In Gotham Knights.
In Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
That's also in Gotham Knights. I think my theory is for Gotham Knights is that so Batman has died and I reckon they make him the new Talon.
Interesting. Well, if you also look in the trailer for Gotham Knights as well, right?
They show Talon.
Well, no, they also show Jim Gordon. How he's died, but they show his badge and if you look at the police badge, it is a giant fucking owl encompassing the badge as well, tying to the whole corruption thing within the police force. So if like Jim Gordon's death might be a big part of the main story with the Court of Owls in the game as well. So I was like,
Andrew and I essentially lost our shit.
Yeah.
Batman. We
oh, dude.
Well,
I'm really hoping that Court of Owls is the trilogy villain. Another thing I saw was so that you see for a split second. I'm gonna put these up on the video. I'm gonna edit them in to show the viewers. But there's a split second where you see the Riddler. And
Like its face, or?
Well, his face. I'll send you guys the link over Facebook.
Right.
On the NerdSpice podcast. But
Facebook sponsor us.
yeah, Facebook. Please don't. Actually, please don't. But no. So what I'm interested with that is where they're going to go with the Riddler, because he does not look necessarily like the Riddler. The only thing you really see with it is he's wearing dark green.
Oh no!
Yeah. So if you look at this Tolga, tell me if you think of any other villain that could also potentially be.
Where are you sending it on?
Messenger.
Directly to me or in the group
No,
chat?
NerdSpice.
No, I see it now.
Oh, it hasn't come up yet. My Facebook is extremely laggy on my computer, so let me just do it on my phone.
So, like I said, I'm going to post this on the... put this on the video as well.
Who do you think it looks like?
Well, not necessarily exactly like, but tell me you don't potentially see a potential Hush Riddler team up.
I mean, yeah.
That
Hush was Riddler.
Well, yes, but there's also been, like, as in, his original, though, was... Well, Hush and Riddler have also worked together in other stories as well. Hush has also just been a separate character, though.
I'm pretty
No,
because Hush is
animated
Elliot.
series, right, Tolga?
Are
you talking about the animated series where there was
No,
like
I think
Hush?
it-
There was.
Because
in the comic book, Hush isn't.
so there has been comics where Hush was Riddler as well. There have been comics where Hush was Riddler, but the original Hush is Bruce Wayne's best friend, childhood friend. W.S. Eliot, I believe, or something along those lines. And the Riddler has worked with Hush on top of that, like Enigma as well. So
Yeah, no, yeah, it was his best friend. Yep.
yeah, but there has been comics where where Hush was the Riddler too. So I'm wondering if they're going along those lines, because that looks very reminiscent of Hush's costume as well. Like an almost a combination of both, a little bit.
Oh no, okay, so, in the animated film of the Hush comic book, they retconned it and they made Hush Riddler. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was talking.
So
That's
yeah,
what I was talking
okay.
about.
So in the comic book, Hush is his best friend. Yes.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're going to go that route though and just make them both, or if they're going to.
It's not a bad route. It's definitely like.
It can play a more emotional role.
Yeah.
With it.
This is a beefy Riddler. This is like normally you see Riddler as like a really skinny,
yeah,
like weak.
You know what
physically.
But see, that's where I think Hush. That's why Hush kind of comes into play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited for that if that's the case. And also there was another character reveal we got, and I did not fucking realize who this was until I Googled and got reminded that he's actually been already announced for this film. And here you go. Tell me if you can see who this fucking looks like. If it's sent, please tell me it's sent. There we go.
It has.
Is it? Oh, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna take a stab. Is it? I don't know. Is it the Penguin?
That's the Penguin. That's Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
That's Colin.
Yeah.
Farrell?
What the fuck?
Does not look like it.
How good is that makeup? Like, fuck me.
You're joking.
That's Colin Farrell's Penguin.
That's pretty good.
Dude, I would have never. I
never
saw
would have
that
fucking guessed it.
In the video.
So like
in the
all
trailer,
there's a lot of gang violence scenes, like scenes with a lot of gang violence, and that is all Colin Farrell scenes. That's all Penguin scenes. So
you can barely tell.
You cannot fucking
He's
tell.
one of those people that always look different as well. Like he looks so different, in my opinion, in Horrible Bosses compared to someone like the Gentleman. Like he always, I feel like his face.
Well, I mean,
like Johnny Depp.
this is also like a very much a. This is a lot thanks to a lot of makeup too. This is thanks to costume design too.
For sure.
But yeah, I'm so excited, and I'm excited to see where they go with it as well. Because to me, he's not a mob boss yet. This Cobblepot is not a mob boss.
I don't think he's Penguin yet.
No, he's just a straight gangster at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see if he's going to end up being movie number 2 or 3, as the
that's
antagonist.
That's insane, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Like
I didn't want to. So this is why I sent it on the podcast, because I didn't want you going, what the fuck's this? Like, why is he sending this? I wanted the reaction.
I saw that frame in the trailer, and I was like, I was like, oh shit, that's probably the guy who's going to be Penguin or something like that.
Well, remember, Colin Farrell was confirmed to be Penguin. But
I know, but
it didn't look like him. You don't think you go,
register. Yeah.
It's still Colin Farrell, bro. It's still Colin fucking Farrell. That's nuts.
Yeah. That's nutty. That's nutty.
You know what?
That's sick.
I can't see the I know the recent Joker movie was a standalone film, but I can't see that Joker being a mob boss. Like he's lacking, what do you call it? Leadership skills?
Yeah,
Joker's not a mob boss.
Well, they kind of are. In the Arkham series. You have goons, you do crime,
he's
shove them both together.
The thing, yeah.
Arkham series, there's crazy people. It's not.
Yeah, the thing is, Joker doesn't. He'll tell them where to go and what to do, but Joker's more like a cult leader versus a mob boss.
Yeah,
that is
in the film, for example. People start rioting
because he inspires them. Because he inspired them versus actually.
So he gets the mentally.
He essentially gets all the unhinged fuckers with him. That's why if you see the little second of what looks like Joker goons though, which is where Batman has his beat down and says I'm vengeance.
Are those okay?
They look like Joker goons to me. I could be wrong. Okay. But that was very clown-esque makeup. Although, I will admit, though, the makeup that they used for these Jokers was more reminiscent of Heath Ledger's Joker. If you see, it looks more like there's the stitching on the side of the cheeks, which is interesting.
I don't know, man.
I just mean,
there's also
as a design choice.
Theory in the comics where, there's more than one Joker.
Well, it's not a theory. Wasn't that confirmed by Brother Eye?
It's fucking confirmed. Yeah.
I was like, that was a big Justice League plot twist. Yeah, Brother Eye. Brother Eye confirmed it because Batman finally just went, okay, who is the Joker? And they were like,
yeah,
it's these 3 people.
I like that twist though. I like that twist. I like the fact that there's more than one Joker.
See,
I prefer one Joker. I prefer the idea of one.
Because the whole point of because it's the polar the polar opposite of Batman. It's the absolute antithesis.
Yeah.
So when you make it there's not 3 Batmans, there's one Batman. If you go there's 3 polar opposites,
and it also ruins because the Joker has this obsession with Batman. He has a very specific obsession with Batman, so it seems a bit more disingenuous when it's 3 people. It doesn't make
effectively.
Yeah, it doesn't make it
the way I see it. Yeah, well, the way I see it, it's kind of how Batman's always trying to be a symbol. Where you got on the opposite end of the scale now, the Joker's actually kind of become a symbol in himself, and Batman
but the thing is though,
you got different people taking up the mantle.
Yeah, I see that, but the thing is, the Joker when it was just the one person was already a symbol for insanity.
Yeah, I guess. You got people.
I understand where you're coming from, but the way I view it is if you have an antithesis, the thing that is
it's meant to be the 2 sides of one coin.
Absolutely everything, the thing that's the other side of you, in every regard. Like Andrew just said, the 2 sides of one coin. There's only one coin.
Yeah, it seems really weird to have two sides of one coin plus the other sides of these other two coins. Just seems
probably
really
the
odd.
same guy though. It's probably the same dude who goes through the majority of the stuff with Batman, I think. Because like if you think about it,
Sure.
Well,
like
look.
who fucks Harley Quinn if there's three Jokers? There has to be one dude, right?
I like
Right?
how that's
I
your
mean, I don't
reasoning
know.
behind
Yeah,
it.
I love how that was your thing.
But
Like,
that's-
who's really doing the sex?
Right? Riley. But if you think about it, I'm pretty sure like surely there's different Jokers at different times, but they take over each other. They don't happen at the same time, you know.
Right.
They're mutually
Yeah.
exclusive.
Sure. I don't know. It just seems, it also makes like all his stunts seem a bit less like amazing because it's three minds working together versus this one grand evil fucking mind.
But you don't know that. Like we're not given enough information. I feel like you don't know if they're
No,
working
but
together.
like,
They might just
for example, if there's one super evil rather than three really evils.
Oh, and just like also like the other thing of, there are a lot of really awesome stories where it is literally just, well, like just like some of the stories like where the Detective Comics where like it's just the Joker pretty much fucking with Batman on the run and him being able to disappear in and out of like crowds and shit, and it kind of ruins it if it's like three people fucking with Batman all at once. It's just this one person. Imagine Death Note, but if L was three people.
No, not even that.
Or if Light was
Imagine
three
Death
people.
Note, and then imagine if Death Note kept L instead of going into season 2. Instead of introducing his two apprentices.
Yeah.
Imagine if Death Note was just L and
Ooh.
Light instead
It'd
of
be
You got me
better.
there.
yeah.
It'd be better. Like it's
You got me there. You got me there.
Like,
yeah.
It's,
That's
that whole dynamic.
yeah. It because like
That was a good analogy. At the start, I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
It ruins the again that like L and Light had that fucking that connection and the battle of the wits, and that's what the Joker and Batman are, but it's also the battle of their beliefs as well, and so that's why
that's the rivalry.
yeah. And yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, dude, look, in my opinion, the movie looked fucking awesome. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see it. I'm so hyped for this. This to me was my favorite thing in the fandom.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep. 100%. My only the only it's not even a problem.
Because
It's just
yeah, sorry, you were gonna say sorry.
it's just my only issue is just that given the nature of Robert Pattinson being, with his genetics, he's
no,
a
not the
relatively-
vampire, just his build.
No. He's just a relatively
His
lanky guy,
Is
right?
he?
Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
So like, but
I
this is
didn't
what
know
I
that.
mean. In the bat suit, he looks great. Like there's not
Okay,
not a single problem. He
Hmm.
looks great. I'm just concerned about when it gets to the point where he's Bruce Wayning. He's just gonna look like like that skinny
An
pale dude.
angsty 20-year-old.
Yeah,
An emo
like-
20-year-old versus a playboy philanthropist. Which, to be fair, everything they showed made him look like an emo 20-year-old. So,
Yeah,
fingers
And-
crossed
and
they
I'm
obviously, like, up that
I'm
and,
just-
like, they show a bit more of that.
yeah.
Of that
I'm
Bruce
just
Wayne
concerned
side.
that's gonna translate too much into Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, for lack of a better way to put it, Bruce Wayne is playboy billionaire.
He's Tony
Yeah,
Stark, but then when he puts his suit on, he changes persona. And so...
Yeah.
But Bruce Wayne is literally Tony Stark in real life, in the sense of he's very flirtatious, he's very outgoing, he's nothing
He's a
like
bit
what
better.
you'd
He doesn't
see
have
as
the ego.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He doesn't have the.
He's not like I'm
I'm
up myself,
concerned-
but he still has
Yeah,
the confidence.
yeah.
See, I'm concerned about like his lack of physicality will sort of
But
take
look,
away from
to
the
be
fact
fair
of
though,
his presence in the room type thing.
here's the
you
thing.
know what I mean?
Here's
Yeah,
the
I
thing,
know
right?
what you
Though
mean. I know
every
what you
scene we saw him in, though, like my only thing is every scene we saw him in was during a conflict.
Yeah.
Like every
Like,
scene that he
in
was.
that limo. He looked okay. He can pull off the rich kid vibe. can
But-
pull off
well,
like the.
but like the
It's the rich kid vibe, though. You know what I
Kid,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
Mm.
it's.
I
just-
mean, the limo scene though was very abrupt versus like every other scene he was in was literally during conflict or him taking off his mask, so him literally still in the Batman persona.
Yeah.
like again, he looks he looks really.
Yeah, he looks
good
really
in
good
the
as
suit.
Batman.
In the suit. I'm just
yeah.
concerned that like when he's again Bruce Wayne, he's just
Well,
not going to have that physicality
I mean,
to back up.
we'll
that
see. We'll
presence
see if
slash
they even
ego.
focus on any Bruce Wayne stuff really, because I wonder if they're going to focus more. And we said this, Tolga, again on the phone. If they're going to focus more on the Batman side in the sense of this is him really still being stuck in the Batman persona, so he's not going to be that confident Bruce Wayne that you see.
This is what Andrew and I discussed, that like when he comes back from training, he's still going to be extremely disconnected from society, etc. And he's going to be very like you know, like Batman is my focus and not sort of feel
Well,
he's
like
Bruce
the best way to
Yeah, I
put
got
it
that
is
sense.
the best way we put it was, as you said, Tolga. Batman returned, but Bruce Wayne still hasn't yet.
Yes.
Was the best way to put it. So I wonder if the scenes that we see him out in public are his first him first coming back into society. So there is going to be that weird disconnect of him kind of still acclimating himself. I just hope it doesn't focus on that too long.
Sorry?
I'm sure Tolga they can put pads in him. You know. I'm sure they can like shove.
It's not
I'm not
the
talking like
physical.
he needs
It's
to
not the physical, like actual, like shoulders and shit.
He doesn't need to be like Christian Bale or something
It's
like
his
that.
like more of his metaphorical stance, like how he holds himself, how he walks around the room and stands in the room, how he controls the crowd when he talks to people at events, etc., is kind of more what we're going with. It's his it's not his literal.
But the thing is, instinctually, right? If you look like a physically, you know,
a fucking mountain. Yeah.
yeah, if not necessarily a mountain, but if you look like hey, I'm strong, that plays into the
Absolutely. But I'm saying like
I feel this leader role.
Of
type
course,
thing,
but
know?
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. But you know, again, we'll have to wait and see for it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
So we have a few other things that have happened in the industry of late, not just films but games as well. So Rockstar, we love Rockstar, right?
I do.
Okay. So Rockstar creative and writer Laszlo Jones, he left the company. According to some people, they claim that he left in April this year, but he didn't post anything until last week. So he left. Apparently, he said that he's left due to family issues. His sister's actually been diagnosed with terminal cancer, which is horrible, and that's what's caused him to have to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was nothing like to do with creative differences or anything like that. The only thing is he's like a big part of the writing team in the single player parts of these games. You know Leon, in the single player of the game, the TV show host, the radio host, the guy who is hosting that TV show with Mike Cool's daughter.
What are you talking about? Which game are you talking about?
GTA 5.
GTA, yeah, okay, yeah.
You know that character that's in it?
I'm not entirely
So
sure, actually.
Since GTA 3, there has been a radio show host or TV show host, etc., called Laszlo Jones, and they are literally it is played by Laszlo Jones.
Laszlo Jones. Okay, that's pretty cool.
And so, like, he is a big part of the franchise, and a big part of how the stories are written and stuff. He did it like Red Dead as well, and it's a bit worrying to see him leave, just in the sense of we also had earlier on, like quite a few months back, Dan Houser one of the leads of Rockstar left as well. One of the heads of Rockstar also left. And those two were a big proponent of the single player stuff with these franchises.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Please.
You off?
Go for it.
I'm not. I just gotta go sort something out with
Easy.
fam downstairs.
Anyway,
I'll be back.
so yeah, the big issue really.
I don't follow Rockstar and stuff this much, but like you guys do. And do they have any issues? Is there any controversy with Rockstar of how much they pay their employees, etc.? Or are they cool? I haven't heard
there's
anything.
crunch issues. There are massive crunch issues. They had a really bad crunch with Red Dead 2. I'm not so sure with the payment of staff. I haven't heard too much on that end. But
because their games do well. So
their games
you'd
do
assume
very
it
fucking
gets
well.
paid.
Like
You'd assume
GTA
they
5
get paid.
still does well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like my only worry with it is specifically GTA 5 started a downhill trend for the single player elements of Rockstar games.
Nah, see, I disagree with that because GTA 5 itself, I have not even touched the campaign. I just
That's my point.
So, yes, but the next game, Red Dead 2, I barely touch on.
Yes,
So-
but that is correct. Yes, however, their main focus on Red Dead is the online though. They are focusing on the online. They are fucking failing miserably.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking up, but they are still trying to make a Wild West GTA 5. It's really weird seeing your face. Like your camera is so bad. You keep lagging so much.
Is it?
Oh, dude, you are literally like fucking going at 2 frames a second.
Okay, alright, screw it. Let's wait for my internet to catch up then.
Oh no, I want this recording. I want this fucking recording. This has been you like this entire time, by the way. Like,
Really?
Oh yeah, you've been bad. So it's just slow-mos of your face and like really bad. Nah, man, it's been funny. Anyway, my worry is because yes, Red Dead 2 was a very big success with its single player campaign. Absolutely. The thing is, Red Dead 2 was already in development, I feel like, whilst GTA 5 was starting, like, hitting their peak with online, yeah? And so, the thing is, what they, like, as you can see, they then went, okay, well, what if we can do this with Red Dead as well and have 2 of these types of games fucking gunning it at the same time? And which obviously didn't fucking work because they fucked up Red Dead 2 because they're still focusing a lot on GTA Online. And so I'm just worried because the early rumors we've had of GTA 6 have hinted at it being a growing world. And that's company talk for an online live service. Whether or not that's confirmed, whether or not that's real, these are all leaks. Like none of these are confirmed. It's just early on leaks that we've been given, and I'd believe it if they said that for GTA 6. I'd fucking believe it. Just with how GTA 5 has gone. And so it's just it's a bit of a shame. Like I feel really bad for the guy because of what's happened with his sister. I hope nothing but the best for him and his family. Like that is the main thing that happens. It's just on top of with what happened with Dan Houser leaving, it's just a bit of a worry with where Rockstar's going to be. But no, let's continue anyway. So we got a teaser for Call of Duty Cold War as well.
Oh, I didn't even bother with this.
It's literally just like it's a live action little like snippets of things to do with the Cold War.
I
That's
like
it.
the recent Call of Duty. Have you guys played?
Modern Warfare is
Modern
phenomenal.
Warfare?
Yeah, Modern Warfare is
It was
fucking
brilliant.
great.
It was
Single player was brilliant. The multiplayer was
Have you
really
played
good.
Tolga?
He's played Warzone, not the single player and stuff.
Oh, not the single player. The single player was really good, I reckon. They nailed those breach moments.
The single player
and
was
no
actually
spoiling about
amazing.
That London mission.
Oh, that London
Right, yeah,
mission,
I
dude.
thought so. They do the atmosphere so well.
They nailed it. They really nailed it.
Yeah,
and just the multiplayer is really enjoyable. I'm not a fan of Warzone because I don't like battle royales, but the normal multiplayer is fucking amazing still.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I loved it. So it'll be exciting to see what it is, but obviously this is Treyarch, not Infinity Ward. Hopefully they'll be able to make a game that's smaller than 200 gigabytes. That's all I'm fucking hoping for.
It's so hard to run as well. It's so hard to run.
I deleted it now because I'm like, it's just at this point it's too big. Yeah. It's too fucking big. But no, man, it looks there's no gameplay, but guess what? Gameplay trailer is coming out, or at least they said a proper trailer, and all will be revealed on the 28th of August. We missed it by 2 days, damn it. But no, what else? So we got another thing. I sent a video in the group chat. I don't know if you watched it, Leon. It's called...
Is it the Wukong?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. I know a lot about Wukong because of my heritage.
Yes.
But they do a lot of things really well, I've noticed. Because when he takes his stick out, what he does in like the old shows and shit, he plucks like a strand of his hair, and it just turns into a...
Really? Okay.
He does that in the game as well. I've noticed. I was like, oh, that's a good detail.
They like just ignore it, like, obviously, because I know only bits and pieces of like the Adventures of Wukong, etc., etc.
The Adventures of Wukong, yeah.
The Adventures of Wukong.
Well, no, I know like bits and pieces of it. Like I know that he can transform, he can summon the whole cloud, etc., etc. He is Goku, but better.
Yeah. Literally, it's Goku. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Goku was based off Wukong.
Yeah.
But anyway, the gameplay looked really fun, and the game looked gorgeous. Like the game looks stunning.
Big Dark Souls feel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is 100%. It is 100% a it is based around the Dark Souls combat. I'm also going to put up the gameplay for this as well while we're talking about it. Like just snippets of it. But
yeah, dude. And also, how many developers are there in their studio? Like I heard it was something like
it's pretty small. Tiny. It's an indie developer. It's an indie company.
Yeah, and they've done really well for that.
Yeah,
I definitely think.
Like it,
fucking brilliant.
It looks amazing. It just looks gorgeous, and just the gameplay looks really fun. I'll be interested to see how they.
As well.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how they deal with because this one's obviously got a lot more enemies at once. Bit more Devil May Cry-esque in that. Like, there's more enemies on screen.
They showed that one thing where like he just takes on 20.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's gonna be like a specific set piece scene if they use that. But like there is still scenes though where he's dealing with like 10 guys at once. Anyway, there was another scene where he dealt with 10 guys at once. So it'll be interesting to see how that handles because I've found games that try and reference Dark Souls combat when they put too many enemies on, they do not fucking succeed at it. They do not.
Yeah, well, this one he's got a bunch of AoE attacks.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it. It looks really awesome. It really does. It looks fucking phenomenal. Another interesting part with it as well is we obviously don't know when it's coming out. I don't think it'll be out for a long time. It'll be a couple of years. In my opinion,
they probably just showed us the parts they finished, like, and did really well.
Oh yeah, they probably. Like, I guarantee you, they were like, okay, let's just start with making a demo.
Yeah.
To show off the hardware.
Just get the investors in.
Yeah, and now let's continue, and to like kind of show public feedback of what it like how people react to it, and everybody loved it. So like there hasn't really been a negative view on it. But yeah, man, the details looked awesome. Like, the small bits of, like, the hair physics and shit on, like, that monster in the boss fight just looked...
It was okay, yeah.
Like,
it was not bad.
It looked really well done.
Bloodborne feel.
Yeah, really Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Really Bloodborne, that boss.
The way the hair shake?
Yeah. Like, all I can think was, like, cleric beast, but white.
Yeah.
And more wolf. But, nah, it looked really sick. Another thing. So last, was it last week or the week before? I don't know if you were here for it, Tolga. With the Blizzard employee stuff.
Yeah, it was the week before.
It was the week before. Okay, so
what happened with Blizzard employees?
Okay, so Leon, I'll give you a quick rundown. Essentially, Blizzard employees weren't happy with their bonuses that they got. And so
they were being severely underpaid.
Yeah, well, no, so they weren't happy with their bonuses. Someone created a spreadsheet to show what they were getting, to like have people input what they were getting paid. And essentially, it boiled down to there were some people who were doing the same jobs and getting paid dramatically different. And like also some people who were getting paid less than they were 12 years ago. There were people who were getting paid not enough to actually be able to feed themselves weekly in order for them to pay rent. Like just really bad shit.
That's pretty fun. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Really bad, especially considering Activision Blizzard is a very well-off company. And I brought up
It definitely was.
Well, no, it still is
because it's on the decline.
No, they just announced record revenue. It still is, yeah.
Okay.
Because
that doesn't
remember,
make any sense.
You got to remember, it's Activision and Blizzard. They are both the same company now.
True.
It's
like
COD and Overwatch.
Yeah. And WoW, like World of Warcraft still would earn them bank.
Still? Still bringing them in?
Oh yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
not to mention that I brought up as well, their CEO earns, including bonuses, just under 40 mil a year.
That's right. Yeah,
that's what I brought up to
we
you.
can talk about this. Yeah.
Now,
and they had to make pay cuts or something.
Last year they fired over 800 staff, and still right after that announced record revenue. Yeah. So anyway, the EEOC, or the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in the US, have sent out to the employees of Blizzard a survey to take, and they're basing it off, like, obviously because this commission focuses solely on equality based pay. So
bro, what's been going on, man? Like in the gaming community, there's been absolutely all the companies been doing stupid shit.
Well, this is the thing though. Wait, I just want to point this out. That just because they're sending out these surveys does not mean there has actually been a violation of the law. Doesn't mean they've broken the law.
Survey. Do you think you get paid enough? Yes.
Well, no.
Certainly.
So it's a survey based on their experiences at work, etc. But it's apparently focusing on gender biases within employment and pay.
Right.
That is the focus of this one. Like I said, it doesn't mean they've actually done that or broken a law or violated anything. They're just taking it due to what's happened recently and come out. They're sending this out now to be like, okay, we're going to gauge this. On top of that, there was also a small thing. I didn't get to look into it too much because I saw it literally 20 minutes before the podcast. And that was a thing about Rocksteady, which we brought up, announced Suicide Squad. Suicide, I said.
Suicide Squad.
Yes, Suicide Squad. Did I say Suicide?
Suicide.
Welcome. Welcome to the Suicide Squad. No, but Rocksteady, who, like I said, just did the Suicide Squad trailer. Apparently they've been not listening to female employees about harassment and stuff going on in the workplace. And
There's
it's like,
so much shit on gaming companies.
Well,
that's what I mean. Like lately, they've just been doing dumb shit.
Well, no, this is 2 years old
Not
stuff.
even lately.
No, it's all coming out right now.
But
this is the problem.
Surfacing right now.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Like, so it's a lot of staff apparently 2 years ago filed a complaint for like bullying, just like mistreatment of women, harassment, etc. And they just did not fucking listen and didn't do anything or react to it. And they've now responded apparently and said, oh no, we did react by sending everybody to a fucking meeting and a conference type thing, doing like one of those video tutorials and then people signing a waiver saying, I did that video. I watched that video.
Dude, we have those. We have those. Like, to be on the committee at one of the Monash clubs, you have to, before camp, you have to go to these
Well,
these
that's
lessons
essentially what
on
they
how to
did.
not be a prick.
They did that for a day, and that was them.
It's like,
That was apparently them
I-
reacting.
I know what yes and no means. I
Well,
can tell what yes and no means.
you do,
Like,
Leon, but apparently other people don't.
Yeah, well, it's arguable, but
I
I
mean,
feel like this little lesson isn't going to stop some of these people. But
no, it most likely that's the problem. The lesson
yeah,
doesn't do anything. They're doing it to save their ass, saying, no, we did do something.
yeah,
See?
that's why they're doing it to cover their own asses. And
Yeah,
not,
they
not
were
fix
like,
the
no, we
problem.
did this like 2 years ago. We did this thing. So see, when instead of actually acting in a proper way. So yeah, I haven't looked. I want to look more into it, and I might talk about it next week a bit more after looking into it. But that's what I saw recently.
Yeah. Just true. We
Yeah.
don't really know the full stories, I guess, of everyone.
Yeah. But like that's what I gathered, and I heard this, and I was like, God damn it, man! I was so excited to talk great about Rocksteady for the Suicide Squad thing. Fuck. No.
No.
Like every time, like I get to talk positive about a company, I swear something fucking shit comes out about them that week.
There's
It was like,
always something bad.
and it's like, God, no, but it's like something comes out about it. It's like, God damn it, now I can't like you, or I like you even less.
Your online footprint is like, oh, you're looking up stuff on Rocksteady? Here's a bunch of news on them. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was actually a podcast I was listening to just before we started. Actually, brought it up, and I was like,
Okay.
and then I started Googling it. I was like, oh no! Why didn't I watch this on the weekend? Anyway, let's do one more quick story, and this isn't video gamey or movies, but entertainment, and specifically YouTube. Leafy is Here was banned off YouTube. His video, his channel was deleted.
Nobody cares because he's a toxic piece of shit.
Look,
Sorry.
I agree.
don't-
Leafy's a
But
twat.
come on.
Probably it.
Leafy is here as a
I'm not sure who this is.
okay. So Leafy is here as a commentary YouTuber. I say that in very broad strokes because the quotation marks essentially mean most of his commentary is making fun of somebody, how they look or act versus what they've actually done, and commenting on
Literally anyone.
person.
Like if a Snapchat video goes viral or TikTok or whatever the hell.
It's just
shits
bullying.
on
It's
them.
bullying versus actually going, hey, this is why, like, you know, good commentary is saying, I'm going to give you a rundown of this person's career and what they did wrong from, like, either a business standpoint, a moral standpoint, etc., etc. That's good commentary versus this guy's shit because he has a fugly forehead.
He's
You know, like,
he's like on the same level as what's his name, Keemstar.
Well, they're best buds, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like the thing
yeah,
is,
Keemstar, right? Yeah.
I don't follow a lot of this.
well, you're fucking lucky, bro. Look, he's toxic. He's not a good YouTuber. He doesn't have any talent. However, in saying that, apparently his most recent stuff has been a lot less when he came back, because he left YouTube because he got bullied off YouTube by iDubbbz. iDubbbz fucked him up with a content cop, and literally he stopped YouTube for years after this. And he came back this year, and apparently his stuff this year hasn't been on a lot of bullying. It has been more commentary. I haven't watched it. I don't watch his stuff because I don't think he's a good YouTuber. And it is tied to his more recent stuff because he called out a Twitch streamer called Pokimane Leon.
Yes.
Yes,
I know of that one.
well,
That's
you
the
know-
one YouTuber I do know.
Well, she's a Twitch streamer, so she's got nothing to do with YouTube.
I don't care.
But no, so like the thing
yeah.
with Pokimane was he called her out for some of the
Oh, yeah.
no, Leafy called her out for some stuff which other commentators have also called her out for, which is
For what? Yeah.
That's a good. Can I actually ask you this? What has she done? 'Cause
okay.
I saw the whole
Okay.
apology thing, and I was like,
Okay, so there's a couple things.
for?
There's a couple things. She on streams and stuff didn't like. She'd watch people making commentary videos on her, like whether it be someone not liking the fact that she'd copyright claimed some people that literally had just made videos criticizing her and stuff like that. So that was like one of the big criticisms. And
yeah, but she's copyright striking someone who gave her shit. Like,
yeah, but the thing is, they're valid criticisms. They're criticizing.
oh, okay.
They're not just bullying her or making fun of her. They are, and even so, it's not a copyright claim.
But
you
what
know?
are they?
Well, they one of them was literally saying she cannot take criticism. That was his video and what it was about. How she can't take criticism, and then she copyright striked him. Yeah. And she'd done it a few times where they like people had criticized her and criticized her fan base being a fan base of quote unquote simps. And she copyright striked them, and I don't care.
That is a fact.
Well, no. But like ignoring that.
If they're simps.
No, I don't care about that shit. Like whatever. But the thing is, copyright striking someone can damage their YouTube channel, and realistically, they weren't breaking copyright law. That
Yeah, but
you're no. It doesn't matter if it's bullying. Your strike doesn't have a legal. That's the same thing with the whole Alinity copyright striking. PewDiePie.
no. I'm not saying that.
Where he literally made a joke and she said my face was in it, I'm copyright striking it. You know, that's what it kind of turned into, yeah?
No, what I'm saying is though, like, fuck, I sneezed and I lost my train of thought.
He sneezed and it, fuck it, his brain went out one nostril, fucking hell.
I have no idea what I was gonna say.
Anyway, no, but like, look, that was a lot of the criticism is that, and she was saying, oh, you're using my content, and then people called out hypocrisy because on a lot of her streams, she would stop, she wouldn't do anything except watch YouTube videos that people would send her while eating. And so people went, well, wait a second, you're watching other people's content that isn't yours, and now you're copyright striking people for using quote unquote your content. There's a hypocrisy there. Whether or not I don't agree with copyright striking anyone for using like minor bits of someone's content or someone's face if you're being constructive with it, you know, if you're turning it into something else, being conformative with it. And so I don't know. I just see it as there was some valid criticisms to her. I think there were also some invalid criticisms towards her.
Like what?
Oh, just the shitting on her for the fact that she has Sims. Who gives a fuck? Like, genuinely,
Dude,
who cares?
That's what I was
Those are
gonna say.
resources, my
That's
friend. Those are
something. Who
resources.
cares? Like, who gives a
That's
fuck?
their fault.
Yeah, I agree. Like, who cares? And
But it's
like,
not even their fault if they wanted to. Like, bro, let's be honest. Every man is a simp. Full stop.
every man will simp. People will say, "I'm not a simp." Every man will simp once in their fucking life, at the least. At
Andrew's
the
a
fucking
simp.
least.
For from Naruto.
You're goddamn fucking right. I'm a simp for Reno. I
I'm
donate
pretty
my
sure
semen
the
to
way
her.
they say doesn't actually mean the way you think, Tom. I'm pretty sure that the acting of a simp is giving them money.
No. So the
No.
acting of a simp is essentially it's the nice guy look, like the I'm gonna be nice to you, I'm gonna subscribe to you, blah 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 blah. But the thing is, the point of a simp nowadays is I'm gonna subscribe, I'm gonna give you money, and then maybe you'll date me. Is like what simp has turned into. It's that person. It's the incels. It's the incels that then get angry because they have a boyfriend. Those are simps. And like anyway, so but also Leafy was the one who dropped the Pokimane has a boyfriend. That bled her subscribers. And anyway, so he got banned. Apparently, it's tied to that. Apparently, a YouTube spokesperson came out and said that it was whatever. Personally,
Yeah.
I think it is worrying though that he was banned simply because his recent videos hadn't breached YouTube terms of service realistically. And they just immediately issued 3 strikes to delete his channel, which is a fucking worry. So it's just a worry that like literally like that you can fucking
I'm sure he'll be back.
gone. Well, that's the problem. In YouTube's terms of service, if your channel gets deleted, you cannot make a new channel. Like, he can sure make a fake channel and watch it again, but if his face comes up on it and he starts making content again...
Really?
Yeah. It's a
Is
part
that
of
a
the...
thing?
Yes.
So, but can anyone copy strike anyone else?
Yeah, but you can also take that stuff to court. He wasn't copyright striked.
Yeah.
He wasn't copyright striked.
Yeah, okay.
He was striked with violations of the terms of service.
Okay. It's struck with like being a dick kind of strike.
Well, yes, but the thing is, his videos in the last 90 days haven't realistically been violations. They've just been actual commentary versus bullying someone, you know?
Okay.
Like he used to do. And that's the worrying thing is, it's a very worrying time if YouTube can just go, okay, you know what? You've run your course, delete.
Yeah. It's pretty toxic.
I mean, I agree that he should have been banned years ago from when he first started creating content, because back then he was genuinely bullying. But the thing is, the terms of service literally states that it has to be within the 90 days of the deletion.
I'd have to read it. Toggle, what were you going to say?
Nothing. I was just saying he's a toxic dude.
Yeah, he's toxic. Like, he's a fucking twat.
Okay.
He is a twat. No,
I thought you
genuinely,
had
he...
something constructive to say.
No, he is a horrible person. He's not a good person.
I don't think he should be on YouTube.
I don't either. I think
anyone who is that negative, it's the same thing with bloody. Do you guys remember back in the day, Onision?
Yeah, he's still around, but yeah,
he's still around, but like toxic, obviously unhealthy, like, you know, obsessions over like just dumb shit. You know, like the fact that he gave that much energy to. Whether it or not it was a negative thing, because sometimes he was like bullying negative aspects of a thing. Doesn't matter. Like if you're bringing that sheer amount of toxicity.
Well, yes, but I mean, like, you know,
you should
again,
not be a public spokesman for any internet medium. Reddit.
Look,
Instagram,
I agree, Tolga,
whatever.
but I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Again, his recent content when he came back wasn't like that anymore, and there is that argument of, you know, should someone be given a second chance? Because, you know, if we're not agreeing with Leafy getting a second chance, then James Gunn shouldn't be working on Suicide Squad because of what he tweeted fucking years and years ago. Yeah, which I don't know, but like, that is a different one.
Tweet, bro.
Oh, it was multiple tweets, but
okay,
no.
that's multiple
Either way, like, I do disagree.
7 years
I do disagree. It is from fucking years ago, but this has been 2 years. Like, how long is how long is it gonna last? Like, how long do we have to wait? He has to wait like 6 years for him to get away with it.
It depends when, like, for example, James Gunn, right?
James Gunn was me.
It's a massive
explaining an
it's a
extreme
massive time gap, and then at the same time, not every single tweet that James Gunn was making was that shit.
Sure. Okay. Well, I guess also James Gunn's was
that's all his content was.
Sure, but he's come back and he's changed his content to be less bullying. Is what I'm saying. That's like, okay. Like, it's like look, the James Gunn one was a bad one because I was just grabbing someone who's been cancelled. Yeah. Kevin Hart got cancelled for being homophobic. You know, again, that was years and years ago, and that was a lot more hateful. And that wasn't joking like James Gunn's was, yeah? But again, he's changed. He's changed as well.
If you're that toxic, it's going to bite you in the ass.
I 100% agree, but I think it's a dangerous precedent.
He might not actually be... I haven't seen him or anything, so maybe I can't talk, but maybe he's dug himself into a corner where he's like, okay, I can only make these kinds of videos. These are the only ones people watch. You know, people like watching them. And he's like, oh, fuck, you know, you got to make a living, so maybe he keeps making those videos.
Here's the thing, right?
I have no fucking...
The thing is, Leon, he got bullied off the internet because of the videos he was making. That's why he stopped. iDubbbz called him out for the videos he was making, and he got bullied off the internet, essentially.
I see.
And then he came back, and he turned less into... Again, it's okay to talk about somebody, to criticize somebody. The problem was with Leafy, he didn't criticize someone's person or character. He criticized someone's looks or mental awareness. Like, he made fun of an autistic kid, for fuck's sakes, you know? Like, It was shit like that, you
Yeah,
know. And the thing is, I understand he has changed, and I think it is a danger that, again, YouTube can just go, boom, you're done.
Drop you, and drop you.
But I also do agree with Tolga. I'm not fucking sad that Leafy left. When I read it, I celebrated. I fucking poured myself a glass of scotch and had a good fucking time. Because Leafy is a toxic piece of shit, and he doesn't deserve internet fame. I agree. But the thing is, though, whether or not he should have lost it the way he did is the question. You know. Anyway, let's start to wrap this up. Now, I wanted to finish this on, because obviously no one's made a game. We haven't been making games recently. But instead, let's do something a bit interesting, a different topic. I told you guys to think of something. Controversial gaming opinions. What do we have for controversial gaming opinions? Now, by controversial, I mean more opinions about like certain franchises or popular franchises or unpopular franchises that you might like or dislike, or certain opinions within a game. Obviously, nothing fucking political, please. No fucking politics.
You're just waiting for it.
I was waiting
all
for it.
FPSs are the same. Don't give a shit what you say. They're all the same. You play them for 1 week, you get sick of them.
Oh, you don't like FPSs, Tom?
That's your controversial opinion?
I played Warzone for like maybe a month, and I was like, nah.
Well, I mean, okay,
That's
then.
a long fucking
Okay,
time.
wait. Okay, I'm gonna argue.
I say maybe a month. And
Wait.
if I played it,
Okay,
extremely
I have a question then. If you're saying all FPSs are the same, Far Cry.
Far Cry.
It's an FPS.
The only good one.
Dying Light.
Overwatch.
It's an FPS.
They're
Like
different.
no, but like ignoring multiplayer, like, you know, you can have things like Elder Scrolls for most people, they can play third person, but most people choose it as first person. Fallout, you know.
Elder Scrolls isn't an FPS, I'd say.
Yeah,
No, you get a bit. You can change it, but let's say Fallout, you primarily play that first person. Let's be honest.
Still got RPG elements.
It's still
I'll
a
give you
first person.
Fallout.
Like
I'll
Far
give you
Cry's got RPG elements. It's a fucking first person game. It's still a first person shooter. Dying Light. Fallout's not a shooter.
Fallout is a shooter. I said Fallout. Anyway, RPG elements, they're better.
You can be a melee
Okay,
character.
but like that's so what you're saying is
He can. He makes a point.
you can be a melee character, but
You
let's
be
say
a pacifist.
primarily you will choose guns. Let's be honest. Anyway, because I could argue then with Elder Scrolls you can be a archer. There you go, first person shooter. But on top of that, so you're mainly speaking about multiplayer first person shooters then.
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably the person among us three who plays FPSs the most. So I could probably be like, I think they're a bit different.
I agree with you,
But
Leon. I'm
but
on
a
you
lot of
with
them
I
are
think
the
they are
same.
different. But yes, there are a lot of
Any kind of
similar ones.
scope in and shoot game, I can feel what Todd was saying. They do feel
Absolutely. I
Like,
think
the ones-
Overwatch,
the ones I play like CS.
like Overwatch, CS:GO, and stuff are slightly different. But then you
it's
know
slightly different.
they have their own similarities with other franchises as well, other FPS franchises. So yeah, I can see where you're going, and I agree, Tolga. I agree. Okay.
Your turn. Give me some bit more.
Now,
time to
Leon,
think.
you go. No, you don't. You haven't thought of one.
Speedy,
I thought of something, but it was not really a video game thing. It was more like a video game and movies kind of thing. I don't think it's that controversial. I'm not sure.
I swear to God, if this is gonna be the villain thing, I swear to God,
This
fuck
is the
off.
shit you went
What
out
villain thing?
on the chat. I swear
If
to
it's like
God,
gonna be like
hang up.
good people are bad, villains that are quote unquote do good things are bad, I swear to God. No.
It's not. You go first, though. You go first.
Okay, mine is actually tied with what I've been playing, which is Kingdom Hearts. I've gone back to it. I've been smashing through it.
Quick thing, boys.
Yeah.
I do have to leave. I have plans with family.
You're trash.
Goodbye, mate.
So this is just going to be me and like Leon at 6 frames a second.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Fuck.
You've been NerdSpice. Love you guys. Love
Fuck
you
off,
all.
Tolga. It was better without you anyway. The comments said it as well.
Yeah, because bloody Peter. Speaking of Peter, I got him into Naruto.
Oh,
Join us.
God, he doesn't even know what hit him.
Join us.
Doesn't even know what fucking hit him.
Anyways,
Why did we not
alright,
talk
boys.
about anime this session?
Alright,
anime
boys.
people. Alright, ciao,
Toodle,
dudes.
toodle.
Auf Wiedersehen. Okay. My controversial game opinion is tied with Kingdom Hearts.
Okay,
I have two with Kingdom Hearts. One, my controversial opinion is Kingdom Hearts 1 is not a good game. But I love Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 is fucking amazing. But number 2 for me, the big one is Kingdom Hearts would be better without Disney. That is my controversial opinion.
I hear the assassins coming.
Yeah.
They're gonna come to your house and they're gonna buy you out. And the
look,
next podcast will be like, we are sponsored by Disney, which wouldn't be so bad.
Here's the thing, right? It's kind of funny because the thing that got me interested in Kingdom Hearts was the Disney side of it, but the thing that actually kept me going was the actual story in Kingdom Hearts. It's actually really good and really enjoyable. Yes,
I can't attest too much to that, but yeah.
Well, yes, you have to fucking go through multiple fucking games on different systems. I'm lucky because I have the PlayStation 4. I get the remix collections, which essentially have everything that you need to understand the story, including
the remix collections.
Yes. Yeah. So it essentially includes ports of all the different games that were on different consoles, so that you can actually understand what went on. Which
for sure.
makes it 10 times fucking easier to enjoy.
I've got my controversial opinion.
Okay, well, I'm going to continue with this.
You finish.
Anyway, so my problem is the story's fucking amazing, but all the stakes are completely fucking ruined when you have Goofy running in going, "Gosh, what's going on?" Or fucking Mickey Mouse going, "No, Goofy!" It ruins it. And like Donald Duck, I'm not even going to try his voice, but when he tries to say something serious as well, it completely ruins the moments where I was playing it today. I was on the phone with Slade, right? While I was playing the game, and apparently without me knowing, but Slade knew where I was at, I hit a wall in Kingdom Hearts 2 that hit me emotionally to the point where I was curled up on a pillow, not okay. And the thing is, that was all characters that were not Disney characters that fucked me emotionally. Every time something quote-unquote sad happens when a Disney character is there, it's ruined. Like, it is so bad. And not to mention...
I'm sure they can fix that.
Well, no, they
can have Donald Duck, eviscerated and turned into Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Here's the thing, right? Donald Duck and Goofy are the two other protagonists.
Yeah.
It's Donald Duck, Goofy, and the main character, Sora. So, those two are the people that follow you around the entire game. They're your two main party members for the majority of the game. So, you're kind of stuck with them. And so I'm hoping, because obviously I'm not up to Kingdom Hearts 3 or anything, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is meant to be the ending of this kind of saga, this villain arc.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping maybe they'll change protagonists, and I really want them to just yeet all the Disney stuff away. I want it out. I don't care for it anymore. There's neat little things inside it. It's fun going to the Pride Lands for 5 seconds and fighting alongside Simba until the combat changes because you're now a lion cub and the combat sucks when you're a lion cub because they had to change it to fit that you're on 4 legs. It's fun to be in the world of Agrabah for a split second, except the fact is, there's small snippets of the stuff in each Disney World that actually is relevant to the main story. Obviously, those parts then kind of intertwine with things with the characters. So as an example, right? You go to Agrabah in the second game. The first game focused on Aladdin and Jafar and that's kind of like the ending of the quote unquote first movie type of thing. And then the second story is Jafar is stuck in the genie lamp, and things are happening, and you certain characters are kind of moving things around so that you have that Jafar will come out. But like the main plot elements are essentially characters in the shadows are altering with these worlds. So realistically, the Disney part of it isn't necessary. It's not necessary. The only necessary part the only necessary side of the Disney part is Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. Those are literally the three necessary parts of the Disney world. Or, well, technically, anyone within Mickey's franchise is integral to main story plot stuff because they are aware of all the other worlds. Whereas most other characters, although they might mention, "Oh, you're not from this world," type of thing. It's they don't bleed into the main storyline except for maybe being a summon character. Some characters might be a summon, but that's it. And so I think that the story could actually benefit from not having Disney in it, because, like I said, I came in for the Disney, stayed for the plot. Like when the Final Fantasy S characters, the non-Disney characters, have moments, they're really fucking good. Like, they actually can be good. And this is with really bad voice acting. I still can manage to have good moments with it. Whereas the Disney characters, they've all got, not all of them, but most of them have good voice acting because they have the original cast. Not all of them. Some of them have different cast members. Like Simba was voiced by someone else, which you can tell. But the ones that are cast by the original, like that are with the original cast, they voice act well. It's just the character is just really out of place for such a serious story. It's so out of place, and it's just really weird. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, and so I'd love for them to kind of slowly take away that. What's your one?
Yeah, I get it. Nah, my one is actually about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Interesting.
I know everyone loves that game to death, and I really like the game.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, I love the game. But I'm pretty sure it won Best Game of the Music Awards, and I don't think it really deserved that.
The music?
Because I feel like music. I'm pretty sure it's like there are certain scenes when you ride in with Charles and the Indians. It was great. Where they had that tune playing.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Times it was great.
Sorry. You continue because this is your opinion. You continue.
No. Okay. I'll finish first. So essentially, I think they had certain parts was good, but having certain parts be good doesn't make you the music award winner.
No, absolutely not. I think the whole thing it was a politics thing, man. It was a fucking politics thing.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Was it?
Because here's the thing. They didn't give it Game of the Year, so they had to give it an award because people would get pissed if it didn't get at least one award. Because it was it was such a good game.
Yeah.
You know, so it seems to be really snubbed if it doesn't get an award when it's such a good game. So like, music! You know, like that to me what it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, that's what they did for Nier Automata, but that had great music in it.
No, Nier did have good music. Yeah. Nier had but like the thing is, I agree. If it was sound design, I might agree that it might have won sound design, absolutely. But
sound
fucking
great.
Music, I like, because the thing is, to me, I think there were even moments where they tried too hard with the music, where they were like, let's throw in an orchestrated guitar song and have the guy sing in a country voice. And it'll be sad because you're riding on a horse and you're injured or you're alone. And it was like like the most staged thing. And it's like, but we're not going to do that just once. We're going to do it twice. And it was like, oh, for God's sakes. You know, I agree. I 100% agree. Red Dead 2 is like, it's so tough because like it's one of my favorite games of that year.
Me too.
I can't say it's my favorite because that same year Spider-Man came out as well. And I loved the Spider-Man game too. So I was like, I was very torn with those two.
See, I was different because I played Red Dead on PC instead of the year before.
Yeah.
So I played it like the year after, basically.
Well, I
But
played it on PC as well. I've got it on PC too, because as soon as I got back on my from New Zealand, I was like, I'm buying this on PC, and I'm experiencing it on PC too. And to me, it's still just as good on the PlayStation. You know, yes, it looks it looks much better on the PC. Even then, it looks better, but I wouldn't say it's like, oh my god, it's like playing a different game. You know, they managed to do amazing things on the console as well.
As much as I like the game, a lot of the cutscenes and stuff were very rough. I found actually. Like
really, I didn't
see
that too much.
A lot of the game mechanics, it wasn't that.
The cutscenes, I didn't see that, but I agree. So Mitchell brought up his thing. I'm not going to mention it because we're going to ask him about it next week.
Yeah.
But I wanted to tie this in with Red Dead because I was going to bring up Red Dead when he mentioned his, and that is,
okay.
I find that when a game focuses so much on realism, really minor things that don't seem like a big deal seem like a much bigger deal in terms of realism afterwards. You know, like for example,
you know they fixed the fast travel. They fixed the
yeah,
fast
they
travel.
did.
You can fast travel from anywhere now.
Yeah. But like, you know, like things like one of the big ones for me was this isn't Red Dead, but let's go to Mafia. So Mafia, they added in for realism purposes. You actually have a speed limit in the Mafia franchise. At least in Mafia 1 and 2, there's a speed limit. I don't remember for 3. I think there is. I don't know. I'm not too sure if they took it out for 3, but
I know why they did it, but it'd be so annoying because you imagine. Like,
no, it's for a realism thing because you know you've got to be smart. You've got to be smart with how you speed. Yeah. If a cop sees you speeding, they're going to question why the fuck are you speeding. It makes sense, right? But then because they're like, oh, it's for realism purposes, then I go, okay, so why is it I just hit a car right in front of this cop car, but it didn't try and pull me over for that? You know, and that's such a stupid, minute detail to talk about and like bring up because it's like, do you really want that? No, of course I don't fucking want that for every accident I have to have a cop come in. Of course I don't want that. Yeah. But when you bring in like a speed limit, you're going to point out other realism issues that they didn't think of or they didn't implement because they decided to implement some things for realism. And I think that happens with Red Dead 2.
Real life.
Yeah, and I think that happens with Red Dead 2 where they focused a lot on realism, but there are still moments where it's like, okay, so why am I able to do this when realistically I wouldn't? You know, I think that's a big thing, and it's tied to with some of the things that Mitch said with his game, his controversial opinion. Let's just, seeing as Tolga kind of said it one quickly and left very quickly, I'm going to bring up another one that I have, and this is one that I share with Tolga. And this is controversial in the sense of it's not necessarily like this is like going to fuck a million people off. It's more just going to be bewildering, and that is Tolga and I enjoy the Desmond sections of Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, no, I did too. I liked them. I liked them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know that part in I can't remember which Assassin's Creed it was. It was a Black Flag.
Black Flag. That's not Desmond.
No.
That's not Desmond though.
No, I know it's not. I know it's not Desmond. But you see people come in to the what are they? The Templars. What are they called now? They're a company.
Abstergo.
They're a company. Yeah. You see the delivery man and delivery woman.
Oh yeah. And it's the characters from
in disguise. Yeah. And I was like, guys,
yeah. But like I'm because like majority of the fan base though did not like the Desmond moments. Like
I can understand why.
I can understand why because it seems like you're pulling me out of this really epic fucking sword stabs. But like I think the way they ended 3 really fucked them up because they obviously wanted to focus more on the historical stuff, which I understand, but in my opinion, the most interesting part of the game was the other stuff. Like, was that, like, the outside of anime stuff that was going on, because you're, like, trying to work towards something, and it was really fun, and it was awesome then going back in and seeing, like, this is my ancestor, and I'm learning through going through his memories. Like, that was fucking awesome, you know? And
they could have go on, sorry.
Well, 3 really showed what could be next, you know? Like, 3 started to show off, like, you're actually now fucking parachuting into a building and stealthing around and fucking beating people up now, and you actually have these fucking skills from your ancestors now. You're getting to that limit, and then it's like, you know, the next one might be the final, in this, at least this saga, the final historical mission, and then current present day Assassin's Creed, and that would be fucking awesome, and I would have been so hyped.
Here's the thing.
But the problem is, it wouldn't sell more copies. They wouldn't be able to make sequels. They wouldn't make sequels. That's the simple problem. They wouldn't be able to make sequels. And I don't know, it's just a shame.
What they can do is, I see Assassin's Creed like an isekai, basically. You can essentially, you can drop the Desmond stuff. You can totally drop the Desmond stuff, right? Just like you can totally drop the isekai stuff. Like, you can have a dude who's just in a fantasy, right? What they can do with Assassin's Creed is drop the whole
Animus.
Simulation thing, right?
Yeah.
Animus, that's the one. They could just drop it, and they could just go straight into Ezio.
Absolutely. But the thing is, though,
and after all, you could play Black Flag.
I agree, and like have them all be just like assassins and stuff, and tied with the creed and stuff. I agree, like that's what they can do, but I find it to be a bit of a shame because the actual interesting part of the plot was the Desmond stuff. Was the stuff that the reasoning.
You think?
Yeah, because the thing is, the interesting side of it was you're experiencing, like, there's this conspiratorial thing going on outside of the historical stuff, and so you're going into this to find items to then essentially stop a mass corporation who were once Templars from controlling the world. So you're then witnessing character stories within the historical stuff, but then also character stories from the future and an overarching plot on top of that for both sides. It was interesting having two plots combined into one. Well, it's not even a spy. You've got two plots combined into one game, and like each game has one side that's different, but the other side's still continuing. You know, you had that common link.
I like the Desmond stuff.
I loved it.
I
loved it. I think it was really interesting, and I think they fucked it when they killed him. I think they really ruined it, and don't get me wrong, my favorite game was one of the games without Desmond, which is Black Flag. But I think from that point, the actual overarching stories have been shit, and that's a shame because the overarching story was interesting for Desmond stuff, and I was really let down because there was a theory for a while after Black Flag. There was a theory that they'd potentially resurrected Desmond during, and like they could have used Syndicate, the item in Syndicate, which was the Shroud, which can essentially like heal you, I believe, if I remember correctly, and grant immortality type of thing, kind of like the Nemean Lion's pelt in Greek mythology. And so I was like, oh, could they bring him back? But they didn't. I was so let down and sad. I was so excited. Oh, they probably did, but
dude, they can still bring him back. Look,
absolutely,
they
can,
the
but
writers can just be like,
they won't though. They won't though because
why? You don't know.
They won't now because they've obviously got a new character that they're following, which is Layla, or whatever her name is. And she's a good character as well. But the thing is, as soon as they brought back a new character, it felt like the story was continuing and progressing something again. As soon as they brought back a new present day character, things got interesting again. It's a shame it's tied behind games that aren't that good, but things got interesting again in the overarching plot. I just think it's not as interesting as it was with Desmond, and I think the recent ones really kind of ruined it because obviously Desmond's whole being and the whole reason he was interesting or he was there in the first place was he was literally the golden boy, the quote-unquote chosen one in the sense of his dad was related to all these big fucking assassins and his mum was related to all the other big fucking assassins and they fucked and now he's related to all the big fucking assassins. You know, that was the interesting part of it, and so then it's kind of ruined when they go, okay, but now we've got his DNA so we can just look at all of them anyway. And it's like, shit. I feel what you mean. And then it's like, now whoever you play as isn't really like that necessarily that important type of thing.
We just play as random in Black Flag, don't we? It was not really. You're not really important in Black Flag, right?
Edward Kenway.
No. Not.
Oh no,
not
you're just
Edward.
a staff employee of
You're
Abstergo.
just a fucking random.
So you're essentially running through. You're almost a.
That's not even you, right? It's not even your bloodline.
No, because that's
Is it?
so. This is when they. No, it's Desmond's bloodline though. It's.
Yeah.
I'm saying that they've got by 4. They got Desmond's body and took his DNA and essentially turned all of the historical figures into video games or movies, and so you're going through it, thinking you're going through it to write a movie or video game. You're just a normal fucking you're like a beta tester type of thing.
You don't know, exactly.
But in reality, you're actually playing through these characters and giving Abstergo information on where things are as well. So it was like this two-sided coin type of thing. That was my other controversial opinion. I don't know if you have any other one to share. At all? Got nothing?
Not really controversial. No, not really.
No?
Not really.
It's only politics from now.
It's only politics.
I think those are my 2 big ones. If not, maybe that I think Game Freak as a video game developer aren't actually competent video game developers. They just stumbled upon.
Let's not open another can of worms.
They stumbled upon one good. They stumbled upon their golden duck, their golden goose, and just kind of went from there. You know who Game Freak are, yeah?
I don't know.
I knew it. The way you were responding it.
I know you. When you go on about a video game developer, I know I'm like.
No, Game Freak's Game Freak's the creators of Pokemon. Game Freak's the creators of Pokemon. Okay. I was just saying they stumbled upon a golden goose with Pokemon 1, nailed it, and got Pokemon Gen 2, and then from there it's been a slow decline.
I see.
Anyway, I think that's really it, man. Just you and me chilling, killing, having a circle jerk. That's been it. Thank you for
wrap up the recording here.
Oh, good. No, we are. We absolutely are. But no, thank you for joining me, Six Frame Leon. It's been great. It's been really good seeing really bad still images of your face. Dude, it's been it's like,
you know what?
And then just talk hear Leon's voice, but this. Oh. Anyway, no, thanks for listening, guys. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You've been NerdSpice.
Just been NerdSpiced.